Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the 14th KAIZEN Congress. It's an absolute honor to have all of you join us. Before we get ahead with the day's proceedings, just a quick question. How many of you are attending the KAIZEN Congress for the first time? Please raise your hand. Okay. How many of you are repeating? You've been here before. Okay. So I'm very happy that there are quite a few number of people who come back, and a lot of you are coming to the Congress for the first time. This is the 14th Congress. We skipped 2 years, went digital during the COVID years. And my name is Jayant Murthy, and I'm going to be sharing with you 3 stories which has been very interesting for me personally. And I'll be very quick because we have a lineup of very good keynote speakers this morning. And these stories are what I learned, heard from our guru, Sensei Masaaki Imai, the man who founded the Kaizen Institute. He is the man who wrote the first book called Kaizen, the second book called Gemba Kaizen, the third book called Strategic Kaizen, and he's really took the word and the concept of Kaizen global. And unfortunately, we lost him at the age of 93, but he had a wonderful life, promoted and lived the Kaizen way for 93 years, and in 2023, he moved on. So this is a story from Mauritius, beautiful island, and I had an opportunity to be with him, and we were visiting a textile company. And of course, Mr. Masaaki Imai is a guru. People are very honored to have him visit their company. And the entire board was there, everybody was there, they're very excited, and Masaaki Imai entered the factory. After a few minutes, he says, let's go to the floor, factory floor, to Gemba to have a walk. And there were about 10-15 senior managers, board members, and Mr. Imai, a typical Japanese man, not very tall, short man, he was walking. And as we are walking, seeing the process, suddenly somebody says, where is Mr. Imai? And Mr. Imai was missing. So there was panic everywhere. The people are looking behind the machine. What happened to Mr. Imai? And next 3-4 minutes, we can't find him. And everybody is running here and there. And after a few minutes, Mr. Imai was coming out from a room which said, toilet for operators or workmen. And when he came out, the managing director went and said, sorry, sir, if you want to use the washroom, please come to the first floor boardroom. He says, no, thank you. And he finished the meeting, and there was a very good presentation by the board that they are ISO certified, they are this, that, etc. And in the evening, I asked him, Imai-san, sorry to ask you, why did you enter the toilet? He says, I wanted to understand whether they respect their people. So this is the first lesson I learned from him. He said that the best way to understand whether you really care about your people is to go and visit the toilets of, across the organization, not just the boardroom. And all of us talk about respect for people, but how do you show it? How do you live the respect for people? I think safety is a very big way to show that you respect your people. Making sure the Gemba, the environment is safe, making sure you use PP and you ask others to wear, all the protective gear. Give them facilities, basic human facilities. In India, we all know it, we still have a lot of challenge. Maybe some of you representing the good companies, give good facilities to the frontline, value adders. But, in most of other situations, safety, facilities, even during summer, drinking water, cold drinking water is still an issue. And of course, listening to them, engaging with your team members is a very, very big way to show respect for people. So one lesson I learned from this is respect for people. And maybe this has a relationship with the theme for today, which is what is the role of leaders? What is the role of leadership to drive excellence, to drive change in the organization? The next story is very famous. And this is probably, you must have read this on WhatsApp University. It keeps circulating every few months or years. And this is from Taj. And I didn't experience this personally, but our managing director was present during that event. And this is written in the press, this case. And Taj Mahal group of hotels, the Taj Hotels, very famous in India, invited Masaaki Imai probably in the year 2000. and they wanted to start Kaizen activities. Of course, that was later, it became the Tata Business Excellence model, etc. So Mr. Masaki Imai called everybody to the conference room, and he said, we will have a workshop, Kaizen workshop. There were a whole week. And as soon as everybody came in suit, tie, all the senior management of the Taj group, within 5 minutes, he says, this is a workshop, so let us go to the shop and work. And he said, please get up. And he said, which is the nearest room? What is about this room, this conference room? They said, sir, there is a room. Let's go there. So they all entered this room and probably had seen it before. And this was a very big room with, if you've seen the Taj Mahal, Mumbai, it is opposite the sea. It's a beautiful room with a view of the ocean. And everybody entered and they were thinking, what is this man doing, this Japanese man, and within 5 minutes he's... And when he entered the room, he says, isn't this room beautiful? They said, yes, sir, it is very beautiful. Great view. He said, yes, great view. And you know what they were using that room for? As a laundry. He says, don't you think this room should generate revenue for you? He said, we never thought about it. I said, it's possible. Yes, so let us convert this into revenue generation. Let's move forward. They said, very good idea, sir. We will take it up. We will discuss. He says, no, discuss. We will convert this room today. They said, no, not possible. He says, today, what's the problem? And they said, are you serious? He said, I'm not leaving this room till the work begins. And you won't believe it. Over the next, 24 hours or 48 hours, they moved out the laundry, they recreated everything, and it became a revenue generating. And this is in the press. It's a very famous story. So I think the second lesson that I get to learn, all of us probably, is stretch every resource, use every resource, and most importantly, do it now. Don't keep chewing and chewing. And Mr. Imai would always say, a few ideas implemented is better than 100 ideas in the mind or in some PowerPoint presentation. And very often, we keep chewing and chewing and we forget this just do it attitude, go to Gemba and make an improvement. Look at the problem, at least take some temporary countermeasure. Maybe it is not perfect, you can do Kaizen again and make it the next round, it will become better. But in the search of perfection, there is no improvement, there is no change. I think this is the next lesson that I thought I would share with you. And the third lesson, I have no problem in taking the name of the company, the Steel Authority of India, invited Mr. Masaki Imai, and I remember this date because I was there 2014, and they were inviting him to come and speak to the entire board and top management of Steel Authority. And it was a room like this, there were a lot of people, and the chairman of Steel Authority, the secretary of Steel, etc. was there. And the chairman spoke for the first half an hour. He talked about Steel Authority, all the factories, steel, plants they have across India. And he kept repeating that we invested in a blast furnace, we invested, 200 crores here, we did this, we did that. And after he finished, he sat down and they welcomed Mr. Imai to come and speak. And we were all there, Mr. Grover was also there. And Mr. Imai came and stood and he said, Mr. Chairman, I am very disappointed that you only spoke about investments and not improvements. And Mr. Grover and me thought that is the last visit we'll be making to Steel Authority of India. Probably the meeting will end there. And what he mentioned, what he said is we have to always improve before investing. There is nothing wrong in investing. I'm not saying we should not invest. But the question that he was trying to ask is, are we using every resource efficiently before we add more? As engineers, as managers, we always think throwing money is the solution to a problem. When you don't have sales, they'll say, let's add more salespeople, correct? Let's have more advertising budget. I'm not against adding, but the question is, are we using what we have efficiently? And today, using resources efficiently is also important from a sustainability point of view, because we can't burn our resources and leave nothing for the future generations. So his message was cut waste, not cost. All of us talk of cost reduction. Don't do cost reduction, do waste elimination. There's a huge difference between waste and cost. And of course, his message always is delete before adding. Delete, delete, delete. Of course, we all know delete muda mura muri, and you have to delete before you add. So these three lessons, have been very inspiring for me, and I thought I'll start this morning by sharing 3 lessons which will be probably inspiring for you. Welcome to the 14th KAIZEN Congress. We've been doing this for 14 years. The objective is to learn, share, and network, and we have actually done this for more than 14 years. Some of us, and probably we started this, the first avatar was this, of this format was called KAIZEN Mela. KAIZEN Mela went on for many years. Then KAIZEN Mela got a new name, new avatar called IndiZen, India and KAIZEN IndiZen. And finally, KAIZEN Institute globally, they decided that in any country, KAIZEN Institute has 60 offices. In any country, it should be called KAIZEN Congress. So this was a decision taken. So we call it KAIZEN Congress. From the past 14 years, we missed during the COVID, we went digital, but very, very happy that we are back physical. So just to encapsulate before I step out, I think the 3 lessons that I got from the little interactions with Imai-san is respect for people, stretch every resource, and improve before investing, cut waste, not cost. We are celebrating 25 years of KAIZEN Institute. Masaki Imai came here in 1999. Please correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Grover. And they met. Mr. Grover took Mr. Imai to see a few companies where he was already supporting. And he said, you are doing very good work, excellent world-class work. So let us start KAIZEN Institute in India. So KAIZEN Institute India was registered in 2000. So this year, we are 25 years young. And we have decided that our theme, this will be to reimagine, renew, and rejuvenate. Definitely not 25 years old, we are 25 years young. And I always keep telling my friends that there's so much of muda and stupidity in this world. Even if you eliminate muda for next 500 years, there is still a lot of waste to eliminate, right? We have had, been very fortunate to have wonderful people come and speak to us from all kinds of domains, not just experts in lean, operational, or Kaizen. We have had people from America, from UK, some very good original thinkers in this area. I'm just picking a few names. For example, we had Sumi Sharma. She's one of the ladies who built Indigo Airlines in India, and we all know Indigo has really changed the aviation, model in India. For example, unfortunately, we lost Brian Heyman. Brian was the man who wrote about, Brian Maskell, sorry, who wrote about lean accounting. And he did a lot of work in that area, and so on and so forth. So a lot of different people we've been very fortunate to have as keynote speakers. And today we have Mr. Raghuvanshi and Mr. Sridhar and a lot of other people you will be having an opportunity to learn from. We try to make it very focused on the content, not to waste away and create muda. As you all know, we will be having opening keynote. Then we have a 25-minute session by Gopal talking about what are the building blocks of leadership, the way we look at it. Then we have the second keynote from Akshay Patra, the CEO, Mr. Sridhar Venkat, who's already here. We have, of course, tea breaks in between. And then we have a master class led by Mr. Vinod Grover on how KAIZEN looks, how KAIZEN Institute looks at what is the role of leadership in this journey of excellence. That's the time after tea break. Some of you will be going to other rooms because we have the national case study competition going on. So it's going to happen in other rooms. The judges are already here. They are not friendly. Don't try to talk to them. And we will have national case study competition going on parallelly. Okay. Then lunch break. After lunch, we have another keynote from Prashant Sharma, who is the global manufacturing head of Zydus Cadila. Then we have a presentation from Venkat from Johnson & Johnson. And then we end the afternoon with a panel discussion with Rahul and Yogesh and Venkat and Mr. Vinod Grover. I hope it will be very value adding. After a tea break, we will all assemble again for the award ceremony, where we will be declaring the winners of the national case competition. We will end the day there. Tomorrow morning, those of you going to the factory visits, please raise your hands. How many of you are already booked? I presume the factory visits are already closed, and I think they're all full up. 4 hosts have been very kind to open their doors. for factory visits. You will be given more instructions. The buses will be leaving from here and they will bring you back here. So thank you again. We have 175 participants in this room. Let's give ourselves a round of applause. Representing all kinds of organizations, 56 companies from Tata Motors, I can't take all the names, but from Mankind Pharma to Biocon to Kirby and all kinds, including our friends from Akshay Patra who run excellent kitchens creating magic and midday meals for millions of children every day. You'll get to hear about the story very soon. So very warm welcome from the bottom of my heart to all the Kaizen believers, the believers of change and improvement. We also have participants representing UAE and Africa and of course India. We welcome the foreigners. I see Kareem here and others. Thank you for joining us. Also our delegation, I am told some 20 odd people from UAE. Welcome to them. We have 27 case studies from different companies which are competing, and tomorrow 4 factory visits. Thank you again for listening to me and welcome again. Thank you.